During the investigation, Susan, who is Shannon's aunt, Susan Baker, who is Shannon's aunt and James Dietrich's half-stepsister, became a person of interest. Susan and James Baker were re-interviewed yesterday, and they provided law enforcement with a consent to search their home. The search of the Baker's residence began at 8 p.m., which included a canine search and rescue team. At approximately 9:55 p.m., Shannon Dietrich was found in a 2-by-3-foot cedar chest underneath a bed. Understand, under the bed was a box shoved in the back and a lot of material in front of it to deceive anyone who was looking. This box had a lid on it and also had a hasp on it. She was in the box She was in the box for almost 12 hours. In a closed box. Shannon was immediately taken to the Northwest Florida Community Hospital here in Chipley, where she was examined by the local doctor. Shannon is currently located at the hospital, and we understand that she's in good condition. The investigation would reveal that Shannon's mother, Christina Lynn Mercer, and Susan Elizabeth Baker met Friday, October the 30th. Susan Baker asked Christina if she would permanently take custody, or could she permanently take custody of Shannon. Christina agreed to meet with Susan on October the 31st at approximately 1:30 a.m. at Christina's home on Brown Street. Susan Baker took custody of Shannon from her mother sometime in the hours of October the 31st. Christina Mercer is charged with interference of child custody, a third-degree felony, desertion of a child, third-degree felony, false report regarding a missing child, first-degree misdemeanor, false report of a crime, first-degree misdemeanor, contributing to the delinquency of a child, first-degree misdemeanor. Susan Baker was charged with neglect of a child with aggravated circumstances, second-degree felony, interference of a child custody, third-degree felony, false report regarding a missing child, first-degree misdemeanor, false report of a crime, first-degree misdemeanor, contributing to the delinquency of a child, first-degree misdemeanor. We could not have accomplished this without the men and women, and more that's not even present, that's standing behind me today. And I also want to say thank you to the press for helping us get and disseminate the information that we needed at the time we needed to help in the search of this child. And this is a successful recovery, where statistics will show and prove that this should not happen. And we're glad to come to this successful event. Any questions?
Can you describe the relief that you felt and your team felt when you found the baby?
I don't know if I can go through that again. We went to the hospital, flying to the hospital. Once we got to the hospital, we called our wives. There's 5 or 6 of us called our wives early this morning to let them know that we had found the child. And there's a lot of grown men crying, shedding tears.
Do you have any idea why Baker wanted custody of this child?
No, ma'am, we have not resolved that issue.
Was it aired to the box? Did the child go to the box?
My understanding is she could get aired.
Where was the child between Halloween and when you said it was in that box for about 12 hours? Where was the child for the...
We're still going through that at this time. We wind up those loose end details.
Do you know anything about whether she ate or when the last time?
My understanding, she's been fed. She was in good condition. Excuse me. That she was placed in this. She was placed in this box as a hiding mechanism. If she thought we were coming, at any time she would place the child in the box, put her back up on the bed, and put all these items in front of the disguise.
Just the two arrests.
But understand, there was no bottle in the box. So what we found in the box, she was wrapped with with some items, and all was in baking powder to cover the scent of the dirty diaper.
Bobby, during the, what was it, about an hour and a half, or almost 2 hours that you all were searching for the child, there was no noise from her at all?
No, she was, and understand, she was way back up under, closing a sealed box, way back up under the bed, and a lot of items in between, but she was not crying.
Will we be able to see this box or something like that?
I think we have photographs of it that we may release, if it's not compromising our case, for the State Attorney's Office, we'll be glad to release that.
You initially said that James Baker was detained. Has he been arrested? What is his involvement?
We're still working on it. Mr. Baker has been released as of this morning, and we're still working with the State Attorney's Office and Mr. Hess's office to see where we need, in what direction we need to go with that. And
What about involvement with the father of the...
pardon me?
What about involvement
We have
with the father?
seen no, in this investigation, we have not seen any involvement on his side. This conversation was between Susan Baker and Christina by themselves.
Can you tell us about the mental,
What Rusty has to
what
say,
does Rusty have to say about the custody of the child, Rusty?
the custody.
I mean, where is the child going to go? Is the father fighting?
This child is going through DCF, and it's talking about where the child goes from there. You'll have to talk to the family.
Can you tell us any more about the search process? How you obtained permission to search? Did you do a search warrant as well? Or?
Yes, we did obtain a search warrant as well. These are the things we were working on Tuesday. We had went back to the residence to obtain physical evidence from the vehicle and to put in our search warrant to use in the search.
Can you tell us about the mental health and stability of Susan?
I cannot go into the mental health because I have to ask the expert.
Was the van the key piece of that application for the search warrant?
That's one of some.
Can you tell us some of the other pieces?
That would compromise some of the things we're doing with the State Attorney's Office at this time.
Does Baker have a past record? She been arrested for anything before?
Who?
Baker?
Baker was arrested in South Carolina.
For what?
If I can remember off the top of my head, for aggravated battery or some of that sort. We found that out the first night we were doing background checks on all the people. And she was arrested in Beaufort, South Carolina.
Doesn't she have a missing son?
Yes, that's my understanding. We have an investigator here today that's going to follow up the leads on that case, and I'll refer any of those questions to him.
Any truth to the rumor that somebody had confessed to killing this child?